Okay, my name is Dr. Mike Moriearty. I'm the developer of the iVibration Pro. I'm also I've been a chiropractor for well over 20 years. I've worked with hundreds of professional athletes. Some of them are even in the Hall of Fame.
My name is Dr. Mike Moriearty.
I started using whole body vibration roughly 17 years ago when I first was introduced to them when I was working in New Orleans. And this is where I seen the power of it, because I seen it being worked with the NFL teams. And it was unbelievable how these trainers and these and the physical therapists were using it in conjunction with their training to help them recover from injuries quicker, recover from strenuous exercise routines where they want to get the soreness out quicker, get more blood in, old stuff out so it could heal faster. And the stuff is amazing. Now, every week I get questions, and I decided that every week I'm going to make a video answering these questions because these are great questions. And also I'm going to add on some more things. Okay. The first question is from Colorado Crew 24. Good morning, Doc. I would like to know if vibration machines can be good for intervertebral disc regeneration. Thank you. Okay, this is a tricky one. Scientifically, you can't regenerate discs, but I've seen post-MRIs of people that go on like decompression therapy, whole body vibration, strengthen the core, straighten the spine, that I actually seen the two vertebrae that are almost on top of each other start getting distance. So there is physical proof that it does help, but there's no scientific evidence because scientific research takes millions of dollars. And if a company can't make a profit off it, they're not going to spend the money on it because there's just not money out there. So, can it help with intervertebral disc regeneration? Okay, here's the thing. Inside our body, there's a thing called a diarthrosis joint. That's where you have two bones that come together, and it causes a joint. Now, in this joint, there's cartilage, there's capsules that hold this synovial fluid in it that's acid lubrication. Now, inside a joint, it's almost like a sealed bearing on a car or a vehicle, but it's a sealed joint. Now, the only way you can get nutrition and fluid in and then back out again and back in again through almost like a suction thing. It's called diffusion. When you start moving a joint back and forth, it's going to create areas of high pressure. It's going to help force fluid out. And then during a non-weight bearing thing, it's going to also cause a negative pressure, which is going to help fluid come back in. So positive is going to force fluid out. Negative is going to force fluid back in. Now, the fluid that gets in and out of these joints is old material being out, new fresh building blocks going in. So theoretically, yes, it can help. Anything that's going to help circulate fluid in and out of the joints is going to have a positive benefit. Because the worst thing you do is when, for example, you could take two popsicle sticks and create a splint on your finger. Now, with this splint on your finger, if you leave it sit there for a month, 2 months, when you take it off, just like if you have a cast on your joint is going to be really stiff. It's going to barely move. That's because if there's no movement, there's no more fluid going in, and the fluid will then eventually, if it's always in a negative pressure, it's always going to be slowly going out, then the joints dehydrate. They become less fluid in it, and this is where you get joint degeneration. Now, don't get lost in the words. Like, for example, dis-ease. Disease means dis-ease, not easy. So when you say I got a disease, or heart disease, or I got lung disease, means your heart isn't working adequately. It's not working easy. When you look at degenerate. So generate means it's building. Degenerate means it's slowly deteriorating. It's not building. It's the opposite. So if you're not getting fluid in and out of a joint continuously, you get stiffer. Your joints stop working well, they become unhealthy. Then you get degeneration, no regeneration. And eventually you'll just get fusion. The joints will just, if no fluid can get into these, they're called chondrocytes. They're little cells in there that produce the fluid and help keep a joint healthy. If there's no food going in there, these things will starve out. I know there's a lot more to it, but I'm just trying to weed out all the garbage, so just to simplify things a little bit. So let me tell you something. Vibration plates are not going to hurt. If anything, they're going to slow down, stop, and also prevent further degeneration. And now in certain cases, there is not scientific proof, but there's clinical proof that that we are starting to see reversing of degeneration. Okay, here's another one. Fish, pasta, and fries. That's a good. I'm on a keto diet, so that sounds good. Can you use vibration machines exclusively to get in shape, or should it be used as a supplemental type program? Thank you for your time. Okay, here's the thing. There's a lot of other companies that are pushing some really crazy things out there. Now, for a rehab setting, as a chiropractor, we want you to stand up with perfect posture. We're gonna have you mirror somebody, like have you especially put a curve in the lower back, because people think you need to bring your head back. Most times it's not your neck and your upper spine that's causing your body to go forward. It's the loss of the lower curve, called a lower dosis curve. The curve in your very lower spine. When here's me taking the curve away. You can see I'm kind of hunched over, poor posture. Now if I just concentrate on the curve in the back and go like this. Now all of a sudden, my shoulders are back, my head's back, and I did nothing up here. It's all in the lower back. Trust me, this can save your spine if you just follow this one tip. Now when it comes to rehab, you're going to stand on there with this accentuated lower spine, exaggerating the curve, because if you exaggerate it, your posture will even get better. So you're sitting like this, and you're doing a vibration plate, and you're moving around. It's going to cause a postural engram. This is where your body's going to readapt and remember the vertebrae in this new position versus the old position, because our body's always adapting. Remember that. Our bodies are always adapting. So if you sit at a chair all day long working like this, then you drive home in your car, you're driving like this, and then you sit at home watching like this on your TV, you're always in a compromised position where you have no lower curve. So your body thinks that this is the environment it has to adapt to, so it adapts by reducing the curve in the spine so it can sit in this position. It's only doing this because you're not understanding the body's adapting to the position you're putting in. All it does is it just adapts. So the one thing about whole body vibration, and it's called postural re-education, is that when you sit up straight, arch that lower back, and you're sitting there, and you're doing the vibration plate, not sitting on it. Don't ever sit on the plate. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I'll go in that'll be a bonus at the end. I'm going to go through and tell you about this one. So you're sitting there, and you're standing on it, and you got this accentuated curve. It's going to help reprogram a new curve that's more normal than the curve that was formed from abnormal sitting positions. I don't know if that makes sense. So can you use this exclusively for exercises? Yes. Watch my workouts. Go to my channel. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. Go to my channel and go down, and you'll see workouts. And you'll see that when we work out, when my wife and I work out on this plate, you don't see us smiling, because the machines are so strong that it's amazing. You don't even last 10 minutes on it if you're exercising. So if you want to exercise on the machine, exercise on the machine. Think of the plate as the ground. Anything you can do on the ground, in a square by 2 feet by 1.5 feet, whatever you could do on the ground, you do on a plate, it's going to amplify it. It's going to amplify it by 10 times. I don't know if exactly 10 times, but it makes it much harder. So if you exercise on the plate, especially if you use one of a sandbag like one of ours or another company's, and you start doing kettlebell swings, you start doing exercise bags, you're doing like cleans and thrusts, this is a complete workout. You're going to be sore. But if you're standing on it, only to use it for like a rehab type condition, or you've been told some not quite accurate advice about just standing on it and burn hundreds and hundreds of calories, you should go to the gym and work out too. because you want to work slow twitch and the fast twitch. But if you exercise on it by doing push-ups, dips, squats, kettlebell swings, things of this nature, which you're talking about a 10-minute ridiculously intense workout, and then you're done. You can put on a lot of muscle. Do you need to go to the gym? If you're only standing on it, you're only doing like stretching and stuff, yeah, you need to go to the gym because you got to build the muscle too. You got to build muscle. But if you exercise on it, you use supplemental products that we sell or other companies sell on the vibration plate. No, you don't have to go to the gym. In fact, the workouts are so intense that you won't even you'll understand if you try doing like basic movements, like just basic male or female version push-ups, do some squats, everything slow. You'll be amazed at how much it works the body's on. So this is a tricky question. It depends on what your definition of working out is. Okay, let's go to question number three. Pixie. Hello, thank you for the explanation. Is the faster vibration better than the slow? I have lost weight and would like to tone my body now, especially the stomach area. Thank you. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Everybody's talking about G-force and about dual motors are dangerous. It messes up your chi energy and it just drives me crazy. Here's the thing. Think of your body or your muscles as little bitty kids that get bored so easy. If you say, for example, every day you run 1 mile, every other day you go out and run 1 mile, and then you stop and you do the same mile in the same location every day, every other day, 3 times a week. Eventually, you'll stop getting results. Your body will adapt to that. Now, if you run 1 mile one day and then you take it out, the next day you sprint up hills, and the next day you do sprint, stop. Then the next day you do like a slow jog, and next day you do a fast jog, maybe shorter distances. It's called muscle confusion principle. By constantly having small changes is going to cause your body to always have to adapt to the new stress you're putting in. Even though it's almost the same but slightly different, it's still going to have the bodies have to adapt to it. And this is how you prevent plateaus. This is an old bodybuilding trick that these bodybuilders know. So, faster, slower. Well, some muscles can handle faster speeds, some can't. I always tell people, you want to vary it. You want to vary the speed so that you're constantly making changes. You want to change it up so there's always slightly different. Not completely different. Just slight variations will help prevent plateaus, will help your results keep your results going. You're going to get you're going to have the best bang for the buck. I'm not sure if that answers your question, but slow or fast, I'd say medium and fast is best. Not fast. I never go above 60% on my machine, and I've been doing this for a long time, and that's too much for me. I go between, this goes from 1 to 60 on both motors. So both motors have 0 to 60. Those are arbitrary numbers. They're just so you can step it up so that you can make small little changes in the vibration. When I'm doing exercises, I'm like one day I might do 20 and 20, then I might do 30 and 20, then I might do 20 and 30. That's where I'm doing oscillation versus vibration. So I'm constantly varying it. I might go 25, 30 the next workout, 25 next workout, 35 the following workout. So there's always change. That's the secret. It's all change. Mixing vibrations. And here's the thing. Everything is about balance. You're trying to balance on the plate. Because balancing requires a complete electrical system that's built into the body to prevent us from falling. You fall forward, something that flies in your face, you go like this. You fall backwards, your arms go out. If something happens, you always have these built-in instincts. There's all built into us, hardwired into our spine, so that we have these protective systems. If something happens, our body automatically responds to it. By standing on a plate that's vibrating, if you hold on to it, you got 3 points. You got your feet hand in hand. You got 3 points of contact. There's no way you're going to burn calories because you're taking away the very magic of whole body vibration is the balance. You're taking it away. If you see handles around the plate, run away. If you see body fat, how many calories you burn, you see pulse rates, it's garbage. It's all gimmicks because all that is so arbitrary when it comes to exercising. I know I'm going off on a tangent, but here's the thing I want to point out. Men, women burn different amount of calories because we have a different hormonal system. How much you weigh, how little you weigh is gonna vary how fast and how slow you burn calories. Your heart rate, because you're putting your hands on two sensors and the DC current goes through your body. If you have a pacemaker, it could cause problems. The second thing is that when it's measuring the muscle activity through the chest area, your heart is always there, and then you have your muscles contracting and your chest contracting to try to balance on it. So it's going to give you false readings. So just remember that. So with the speed thing, keep changing it. Always move, always change, everything like this. And when it comes to burning things in the stomach area, everything about body fat is about the energy storage. So working out doesn't store energy. Working out uses energy, which can be taken from the blood, all the excessive sugars in the blood, or it can start pulling into the fat deposits in the adipose tissue. Your systems in the body that control this is going to be the fat cells, is going to be metabolism. So it's a tricky question. Diet is for weight loss, but you got to exercise on a diet, otherwise your body will not lose your body will use muscle versus fat. Great video. How many times a day can you use this safely with the use of this machine? Okay. How many times a day? Now I'm using it once a day right now, but eventually I'm going to go twice a day. I'm going to do morning ritual is going to be stretching, getting circulation, get the stagnicity out of my body, get all the fluid that's been collecting up overnight from not moving around, help my body heal. I'm going to get it out. I'm going to get fresh stuff in. So I'm going to use stretching and flexing, stretching in kind of like a yoga-like moves in the morning, and then in the later evening, right before I eat supper, I'm going to do my workouts, which are going to be 10-minute full-blown blasts. So I'm going to do it twice a day, 20 minutes total. And I found this gives great results, and I'll get my body fat under 10%. And I come from a genetically poor family genes. I mean, most of my family are morbidly obese. I get morbidly obese if I don't watch what I eat. Okay, hype. Where's the research that proves all this stuff? Okay, Al, buddy. Man, you can leave so many negative marks on my channel, man. Just research it. I mean, just type in whole body vibration, osteopenia, osteoporosis, whole body vibration, Parkinson's, whole body vibration, MS, whole body vibration, NASA. Just look, there's millions and millions of articles. If this stuff was so fake like you say it is, like you're so convinced that you got to tell all my people that leave messages that you're going to inform them that I'm just a hype man, this is all witchcraft, you're just being negative, brother. You're being negative. And sometimes I wish I wasn't a doctor, because some of the remarks you see people make about me or my family are borderline, are horrible how people's minds get. Hype. FDA just approved it as a medical device. It's used by the NFL, NBA, it's used by, even the UFC gym here in Las Vegas has vibration plates in there. Go figure. Why is this? How is it used in NASA? Here's the thing. The question is like, what research is on treadmills? We just assume treadmills are like this. It's the same as walking, but they're not. You got a thing you got a moving ground, and all you have to do is pick your feet up, and the ground's moving for you. All you're doing is just picking your feet up. It doesn't burn many calories. I mean, walking, our bodies were designed to walk. We're designed to walk and walk and walk. That's why before we started becoming civilized, we started learning how to control our environment by growing crops, learning how to modify food so they have a longer grow seasons. We were hunter-gatherers. So we followed the prey. We would walk miles and miles every day to follow the prey during summer and winter times. So Al, man, smile more. Don't be so negative. Karen Clothier. Can you use a vibration machine if you have had a herniated disc and a dislocated jaw that healed but never went back in place. Okay, here's the thing. A herniated disc is just a condition. It's a pathology. It's something that has been found to be other than optimum, so it's less than optimum. Now, if the herniated disc is then hitting a nerve root like your sciatic nerve or one of your like brachial plexus, the ones that control your hands, and you start feeling numbness, you need to find out what's going on because but most likely if you went to a doctor, you know if you got the information you got a herniated disc, it means you had symptoms. You probably have back pain, but if you have pain that's going down your leg, especially if it goes past your knee, strong indication you have a herniated disc that's hitting a nerve root. Secondly, is it come and go, or is it continuous? You have like it's continually numb, but it gets worse some days, but better some days, but it's always numb. Those are two different things. Something that's intermittent, it comes and goes, comes and goes. When it's not sore, exercise on the plate. If you notice that the numbness comes back, then you know that it's irritating it. If it doesn't come back, that's a good sign. You want to strengthen the core. You get 24 vertebrae stacked on top of each other. You start getting a little abnormal from slips, falls, poor working conditions, bad posture. A vertebrae starts getting a little crooked, which is called a subluxation, which subluxation means partial dislocation. You have a vertebrae that's partially dislocated. It creates an instability in this stack of little square bones. So if you get one that's off and it's pinching a nerve, but it's coming and going, the goal is you want to strengthen this in because most people don't ever work their core out. Never work their core. They might go to the gym, they might pick up groceries, they might do this, they might hike, they might do it, but they never work their core. So the cores are weak. If you're shoveling outside, you're working on your yard and you're working in a garage or you work at a farm, you're working your core all the time. Most of us don't. I mean, our torso area is just a time bomb waiting to go. This is why I hear stories about people. I bent down to pick up my keys and my back went out. This means that it's not that picking up a coin or picking up your keys in the ground was the cause of your problem. No, it's been there. The spine is, your core is so weak that these vertebrae are sliding all over the place. You bend down, the vertebrae just slide just a little bit out. It starts hitting those little nerves those proprioceptive nerves that tell the vertebrae in or out of place. And all of a sudden your back spasms because the vertebrae moved a little bit out and those muscles will close that area up because it doesn't want to slide any further where it can hit a nerve root or possibly go into the spinal column and hit your spinal cord. Scary stuff. But you always want to strengthen your core, no matter what. And there's not many things that do strengthen your core other than kettlebell swings, whole body vibration, yoga, and things of this nature. But when you do that on a vibration plate, hands down, there's nothing better. I haven't seen, there might be something out there, but I haven't seen it yet. And I've been doing this for, going on 35 years now. I've been working out. Okay, so about the dislocated jaw, it's not going to hurt anything. Because if it's been dislocated for a long time, it's already healed in. Anything, sometimes you get, because you got your sternocleidomastoid. Is it? I got to work on it's been a long time since I talked about the muscles in the face. Your jaw and the chewing are up here. There's also some that go around to the back of the head. You can move here. These attach to the spine. So if you got a subluxated, a partially dislocated vertebrae in the top, and the muscles are abnormal because you broke your jaw at one time, you never quite reprogrammed the muscles in your face and in your spine to be back to a normal position. So that's why your jaw is not going back in. Can it help out? Maybe. Is it going to hurt it any worse? No, it's not going to hurt it any worse. But the herniation, you got to find out exactly what it is. There's too many variables to that one. Okay, here's the last question. Cheyenne Descartes, okay. Is it normal to have some muscle soreness after using the vibration plate? And I think a nice video on other care and soreness of the body. Okay, some more videos on like how to recover from soreness. Good, that's good. I'll try that. Yes, you work it out, especially if you exercise on this. If you exercise on it, you're going to be sore. But like anything you start doing right from the beginning, you're going to be sore. The first day you go in gym and say you work your biceps. The next day you're going to barely move your arms. But after your first week or week and a half, your body gets used to it, and it learns how to heal more efficiently. You start getting sore. Then, like when you work out as long as me, when you barely ever get sore, you're trying to work out to get that soreness back, because that soreness means that something's working. So I'm always training harder and harder and harder, so I can always feel soreness. That's a good thing. As long as it's not in the joints. It's in the muscle belly, it's good. If it's in the joints or in the weird spots, then you got to find out what's going on. Okay, it's Dr. Mike Moriearty. I want to thank you for watching this video. It's just questions and answers with Dr. Mike about whole body vibration, vibration machines, vibration platforms, all those names. Stop right there. No. It's Dr. Mike Moriearty. Thank you. If you like the video, hit the like button, hit the bell. It's Dr. Mike, thank you. Have a great day.